warm welcome to RTV. RTV में सभी का स्वागत है. First of all, a very happy Diwali and prosperous New Year, guys. दीपावली की शुभकामनाएं सबको RTV and RTV टीम तरफ से. आज के इस शुभ अवसर पर, on the auspicious day of this Diwali, we are starting a new program, a new module in RTV that is something to do with art research. Yeah, एक संशोधन. कला क्षेत्र में, भारतीय कला क्षेत्र में बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे हैं जिन्होंने कला के विशिष्ट कॉन्सेप्ट पर अध्ययन किया, रिसर्च किया, उसके ऊपर लिखावट की है, काफी संशोधन किया है. एंड RTV का मकसद का उद्देश्य ये है कि ऐसे अच्छे अच्छे रिसर्च को समाज के हर तबके पर पहुंचाए. कला प्रेमी कलाकारों को, आर्ट बायर्स के साथ, समाज के साथ इसको प्रस्तुत करें. एंड कीपिंग दिस थॉट इन माइंड, ये विचार को मद्देनजर रखते हुए आज हमारे साथ हैं डॉक्टर जनार्दन हावंजे. डॉक्टर जनार्दन हावंजे ने PhD की है, उसके ऊपर रिसर्च की है कावी कला के ऊपर, जो जिसके बारे में वो विस्तृत तरीके से उनके इंफॉर्मेशन, उनके संशोधन के, उनके रिसर्च के एस्पेक्ट्स हमारे साथ शेयर करेंगे. तो लेट्स वेलकम Dr. Janardhan Havanje. A warm welcome to RTV.
Hello, sir.
It's a pleasure to have you. It's a pleasure to have you.
Same here. Same here.
Yeah.
And सभी को दीपावली के शुभकामनाएं.
Yeah. दीपावली की शुभकामनाओं के साथ शुरू करते हैं इसमें.
Yes.
डॉक्टर जनार्दन, यस, रिसर्च एक बहुत बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है हर क्षेत्र में. उसमें उसी तरह भारतीय कला क्षेत्र में मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि भारतीय कला क्षेत्र में इसकी विशिष्ट उसकी स्थान होना चाहिए और आगे भी होगा उसमें, क्योंकि अगर आर्ट इतिहास को हम पढ़े तो हमारी विजुअल आर्ट के बारे में काफी सारी चीज ऐसे हैं जो अभी तक प्रकाशित नहीं हुए, या जो something which has not been published, something which has not been officially presented somewhere. It's either in our day-to-day routine, it is either in our literature, in our songs, in our this thing. So there are a lot of aspects of Indian visual art which is authentically not. Okay. And for example, you will find it on the walls of houses, borders of houses, temples, walls of temples and all, right? So that is why I always find research to be an important aspect, an interesting aspect. And that is why we in RTV, we plan to present one special program only for the research based. Okay. And in this line, when I heard that you have done something on Kavi Kala, I found it very interesting to know about this thing. Yeah. So briefly introduce about Kavi Kala. I think Kavi Kala is a very regional, or somewhere it is placed in pockets, but I want the entire country. So tell us something about what is Kavi Kala and where is it found? How is it? What is it? Something about?
Yeah. The Kavi Kala, even when we describe it from the text, जो कावी कला के मीनिंग हम देखा जाए तो इसमें दो वर्ड्स है, एक जो कावी है, दूसरा है कला. So कावी means red mud, the maroon color, and the kala is art. So locally it is known as Naksha Chitra, Chitralekhan, either Kavi Kala. In Kannada, it's called as Kavi Kale. There are a lot of local names, regional, with the regional, interpretations. But majorly known as Kavi Kala. So this art actually, what I found is it is started, like we cannot say exactly, but in 12th, 13th, 14th century, like in those three centuries, this art form developed a lot.
Somewhere.
And then, so mainly we can, in those 3 centuries, because we in Indian art, we cannot say this is it, because we don't have the data and most of the records have been lost. Even when I started my research, मुझे भी ऐसा ही प्रॉब्लम हुआ कि ये कहाँ से शुरू करें. क्योंकि सबसे पहले जब कावी कला के बात करते हैं तो हमें बहुत याद रखनी चाहिए कि डॉक्टर कृष्णानंद कामत, he is the first person. He wrote a book on Kavi art. It's published in 1993 by Lalit Kala Academy, and even he presented a lot of research papers. He's from Honavar. Obviously, he used to see a lot of these artworks in his house and in his all the villages. Like it is astonished him. By the time 60s 70s and all, everything is vanishing, so he wanted to something, and he did research on it, and he presented a lot of papers, and he published a book. When we see the history, what I found is it is the major route is from Goa. So Goa is once upon a time गोवा में बहुत सारा जो मेसन्स है, वहां के जो गावड़ी बोलते हैं, गावड़े लोग बोलते हैं, गाउंडी बोलते हैं कन्नड़ा में. So the Masons people, so they are very much popular. They're the making of this Kavi art is like not easily done. So yeah, in a way it's easy, but the process is takes longer time, and there is a lot of experiments they have made probably. बाद में उसको एक अच्छा सा
any idea when was that? Any idea when was that? 13th 14th century itself.
Yeah, maybe around 13th 14th century, because what I found is the oldest like अभी हम गोवा में जाते हैं तो सब लोग the cathedral, main cathedral जो ruined हुआ है, वहां पे सब लोग जाते हैं ओल्ड गोवा में. तो उस चर्च में भी ये आर्ट बना हुआ है. और Lady of the Mount, Lady of the Rosary, these are old churches being made in the 1498 1507 जब आदिल शाही के ऊपर जो पोर्चुगीज मतलब विनिंग हुए थे, तब ये चर्चेस सब बना था. तो उस चर्चेस में कावी आर्ट को बनाए थे. तो एक तरीके से मेरा रिसर्च में मैं ये भी पॉइंट प्रूव करना चाह रहा था कि सब लोग बहुत सारे टाइम से ये बता रहे थे कि ये आर्ट यहाँ का नहीं है. पोर्चुगीज पीपल दे बॉट इट फ्रॉम द वेस्ट. So there is always this saying, no, whatever indigenous, when we say this is indigenous, because we have lost a lot of datas, because we are facing a lot of other troubles, and making our life better. We are not thought of our save our art or culture something.
Correct.
बेसिकली ये जो आर्ट वहां पे जो हुआ है, एक नॉर्मली ऐसे सोचा जाए तो हम अभी बात करते हैं जो कनेक्टिविटी का बहुत इजी मेथड है, मतलब हम आपसे बात कर रहे हैं ऐसे डायरेक्टली, मगर उस जमाने में क्या हो रहा था पता नहीं. एक जगह से एक जगह जाने के लिए मेरे ख्याल से 6 months to it takes 1 year from west to east. So by that time मतलब इतना वेट करके वहां से मेसन्स आके करने का कोई ये नहीं था. जो लोकल आर्टिस्ट मेसन्स थे उन लोगों को यूज करके और उसी तरह से वहां पे सब बनाया हुआ है. So basically the roots from Goa, then because of lot of the political reasons, it spread all over, like in the coastal belt. Now we say Goa, Karnataka and Maharashtra, but earlier it is not like Goa is separate or Karnataka is separate or Maharashtra is separate. So in the Konkan coast, I mean to say, Konkan coast, and even a little part of the Malenadu, like Sirsi, Siddhapur and all those regions in Karnataka. So it spread all over, and presently I found 700 to 800 sites proving that it is like been made in each and every construction till 1960s or 1970s. 1970s तक जो भी कंस्ट्रक्शन हुआ है, जरूरी है कि कर्नाटक के कोस्टल बेल्ट में जरूरी है कि उसमें कावी आर्ट डालना, क्योंकि मेसन्स जस्ट वांटेड टू मेक इट. The process
they wanted to decorate it, make it aesthetically beautiful.
Exactly. And it is long lasting. In another way, it is long lasting. What I found
sorry to break you, sorry to cut you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
So basically this art was it started showing its forms in somewhere in Goa. So maybe during the rules of Kadambas.
Kadamba's little earlier period, we can say it become little later, because the reason why it is started, uh, because the lime plaster is a material, locally available, easily found material. So
Correct.
the shell lime.
Correct.
So yeah, shell lime, like most of these cases, whatever available in local, they use it for the construction material, as well as for art, and even for sculpting the stones also. So whatever available, it's easy available. So they started making in it, and they found something very interesting and very fast process that can replicate these wood designs. So basically, these are all designs what we can see in the patterns or design and all. It is all come from wood design. So wooden patterns, no, wooden patterns, wooden
Yes, yes, yes.
carvings and all. So it has the same,
One second, one second. So the
yeah,
forms, the traditional forms or the artistic forms found on wood and sculptures mainly in the
yeah,
temple
yeah,
sculptures. So
yeah,
that was replicated to this art.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Okay.
basically, yeah, even the patterns, and another thing is that the time, the making time is very less, not the process time, the making time. Like you apply lime plaster, and then you apply on top of it red mud. So like there are a lot of basic this thing, like two three varieties of lime plaster you apply, thick,
Correct.
thin, and just lime plaster, and then you apply red mud on top of it, very thin layer. It is like eggshell like layer. So when you apply, and it is like fresco, a kind of wet fresco. So you have to work before it dries, like our Ajanta Ellora time murals, no? So after getting it dry, you can't work flexible as you can work in wet medium. So
Okay.
आप अप्लाई करते हो, बाद में उसको स्क्रैप करके जो रेड मड को निकालते हो, जो भी स्पेसेस में आपको बैकग्राउंड का जो व्हाइट लाइन दिखाई देता है. So the be a beautiful, like a kind of contrast between white and red, because we have a lot of interesting facts about these colors, white and red.
Correct.
So like purity, it shows, and
Correct.
even when we keep white and red in mono schemes, so red becomes black and white becomes the positive and negative space, no. So that is how shows the art form, and they found it, and like they are very talented. We don't know, like we are just using their ideas and methods what they have done. उसको ऐसे करने से ये शायद, नॉट शायद, ये बहुत साल रुकेगा. तो इसी कारण से one of the even most of the researchers said what we have found in Banwasi Ardhaganapati temple, that is one of the oldest one in temple series, that is maybe 500 to 600, 400 to 600 years old. The artwork we can see, like it has a little the style is the Dwarapalaka's images been made there. The style is the Vijayanagara style nearby. We can see the resemblance. So that is the one thing. And even in churches, because now the churches in Goa, they are just started conservating in a way. Then we started removing the wooden planks and all. They found this art form inscribed in wall, and with the lime plaster, because maybe after a period of time, 100 or 200 years, some in some part it is maybe damaged or something happened. Then in the name of the Jirnodhar, in the name of renovation, so in temple and all, it's extinct, like the everywhere it is gone. So even when I started my research in 2013, I now 2021, within these 9 years, 70% of the sites what I have documented is lost. Now we can find only 30%.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
1 second. Okay. Yeah, I got a rough this thing. Now let me have go step by step questions as such.
Yes,
I
yes,
got
yes,
I got
sure.
I got an
Yeah.
overall picture as in. Now.
Yeah.
So you said Kavi Kale or Kavi Kala is something that originated in Goa. and it spread across the Konkans. And this is something that happened around about some some between 13 to 1400 or something, like maybe some 600-700 years back, tentatively. Okay, what now? Second thing, yes, of course, in the Malanad region also you have seen, because in that belt of Sirsi, Shimoga, Tirthalli belt and all, I have seen a lot of temples, lot of old sculptures with lot of Now, second aspect, you have said that the forms, the decorative forms or the beautiful artistic forms, most of these forms might have been borrowed from the wooden or the stone sculptures. And trying to make it into a good patterns of art, like.
Exactly.
And the masons basically did it, and the whole reason was for aesthetics, to make it to beautify. Now, my next question is, in Kavikala, I think most of the forms that are drawn, is all about gods, Hindu gods, is all about Hindu. Is that correct? So it had Hindu gods, and they emphasized the focus was more on the borders pattern and the way how they compose at the end. They make it a tight, compact thing and all. Can you explain something about the patterns and the godly forms and all, how different it is? For example, I have seen some Ganesha, I've seen some Devi forms, I've seen other symbols. Can you just tell something about those god forms of which have been created, or any other forms which are there in that?
Actually, when we say Kavikala, there is the two variations. One is the composition, the paintings. The second one is designs, the patterns or mandala designs, whatever we can say. So in paintings, I found very interesting fact that this painting doesn't has a style. So whenever we say Patachitra, whenever we say Madhubani, whenever you say something, some art, even the Kerala murals, it has a style, but Kavya doesn't has a style. So it is about the technique. You can use any style, practicing style, what you have. You can use the Kavya art technique. That is a plus point of this style. It makes this art very unique.
So Kavikale is more of the technique and the material, and not of a very stylized form.
Exactly. It nothing to do with the style. You can choose any style.
So basically, as regions change, they go on changing.
Because I'll tell you, it doesn't comes under one school. Normally, what happens if Patachitra or it belongs to a family? It belongs to a family, or the Kerala murals, they study from the people. Because here the masons, whoever wanted to study or make it, they were doing it, seeing it, and the plastering methods being used in India, like 2nd century BC or the 4th century BC. They know how to use shell lime. Like that time they developed a lot of good process. Even we can see in Ajanta Ellora murals also.
Yes.
So the lime plaster is not a big deal, but the sketching part, when it comes, they use their own method of the putting the forms and lines and the figures. That is very interesting, and they even we can see a lot of abstract formations and very fast created forms, very detailed forms in some places. That's why I call it semi-classical, semi-traditional, semi-folk and classical art. It is not purely classical art. It is folk art also, as well as it's a folk art, because a person who has not studied much in art in a traditional way, like we say, like classification we have to make, so it's a semi, but like both the things being involved in this art form. And even Krishnanand Kamatha also noticed this the thing, and he also mentioned this point, saying that this art, we can say, the style is, we can say, by the place. Like if a person, if a artisan, whoever mason who has made this art in Kumta, so let's call it as Kumta style. Let's call it as Honavar style. Let's call it as Hosada style. Let's call it as the Sirsi style. because there are these separations we can see. In very less cases, Honavar, some of the Honavar cases and Kumta cases or Ankola cases are same. Only in some of the cases. And I want to make clear, lot of people, because of the nowadays, lot of artists are interested in into Kavi art because it's one of the indigenous art, and it's very, only two colors will make the art form. And a lot of artists, what they feel that whatever is done in Kumuta Mahalasa Narayani temple, only that form is Kavi art, not like that. That is one of the best form what we have found. But there is lot of other the figurative works also there. At the same time, it has also uniqueness in a way. So in Hegade also there is a different style. In when we go to Goa, near Morjim, there is one Kshetrapal temple. The style of figures and forms, it has it gives the reference to the Vijayanagara style, Mysore style. Yeah, the figurative forms and all. And in Sukhasana posture, the Ganesha sitting, and even I found in one house in Pernam region, one of the the landlords, the owner's house. Very interesting, the Ganesha figure with the Siddhi and Buddhi, his Shaktis. So like there are a lot of style variations. Then even I feel we will not stuck to a style. That is also I mentioned in my research, saying that Kavi doesn't has a style. That's why it becomes very unique.
So it's
and when we comes to patterns,
as the region goes, so how they are how the particular culture, how the language, how the folk, how the food style, how the religious beliefs, so accordingly these went changing.
Exactly.
Now is this Kavi Kale only for the temples, or was it used even for the house also?
Yeah, I'll explain. Before that, I'll explain second part of it. That is comes the designs.
Designs, correct. Yeah.
The first part is compositions. The second part is designs. When we say about the designs, these designs are mainly taken. The patterns and all mainly taken from, as I said, wooden. The designs and the stone designs, stone carved designs. So same patterns we can see. But they know how to use a compass. So they used tremendous, like 90% of the designs been made in compass. That's why they used to make very fast the work time, so they can save the time. Circles, circles, and the inner designs also made in compass, because a lot of people saying that it is done in stencil. No, that the stencil is a material you cannot put in wet to wet process, because the wet layer will go off. Instead of that, they use a compass as a the best the sketching material. Then obviously they use scale and nails and other materials to etch. So that is the one thing we have to understand when we see the patterns and the designs. And most of these patterns are like all the Indian motifs and patterns. It is taken by nature. Lotus bird and the plants, how it intricately go one into another, and it's a kind of a romantic form.
So the inspiration for the forms are directly from the nature, like trees, birds,
exactly. And even nowadays also, when we see the wooden patterns or wooden designs, we can say, oh, I have found this in Kavi art. I have found this in in that temple we have seen this form, and it is very nearest to that form, because there is always this giving and taking from one the art form to
another form.
Exactly. And these masons actually felt we will create something. And another point I want to make: this art form doesn't started directly putting it on the walls. Maybe they thought something like the floor making technique of Kavi is not new. It is old for us. What we used on the flooring,
The red
the
of
red
Sari.
kavi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everywhere we can find it. Like it is one of the old method we using it.
Correct.
So there are a lot of, even in Gobar and all, बहुत सारा लोग ऐसे करते करते
Correct.
रहते थे.
Correct.
So yeah, even सभी के घर में सब लोग जानते थे ये कैसा करना है, क्या करना है. Even every 2-3 years they make it their own. So even what I feel is this just went beyond that, and it start going to the walls. Just ऊपर किए, सोचे क्या इसमें कुछ डिजाइन बनाएंगे. So they thought the possibility instead of going for wood, because maybe at that time 13th 14th century and all, wood का wooden structure बहुत सारा बनता था. Maybe वुडन का जो कारपेंटर लोग है उन लोगों का मतलब रेट वगैरह जो भी बहुत महंगा होगा शायद, पता नहीं हमें. उसके कारण से जो लोकल मेसन्स है, मेसन कॉस्ट इज ऑलवेज रीजनेबल कंपेयर टू द इवन नाउ. So wooden carpenters, because they follow the different the levels in the society. So that is a way they started making it on the walls, and then they liked it. Then they started making it everywhere, and it is lasted for in a longer period. Even now, whatever we have now, it is we can see more than 150 and 200 years, 300 years old structures, and even kavi art we can see now. Still, it is existing there. So it's one of the brilliant idea what they have made. Yeah.
So this art is done by the masons, and especially on the walls.
Yeah.
Of this thing, and the figures they used are mostly of Indian gods and goddesses. Correct.
Exactly.
Have you ever found anything else apart from this, like very creative forms, or for example, human life?
Yeah.
Figurative forms.
That I'll explain. When we tell about the composition painting, there I made the divides into one is the epics, the Pauranika epic stories, and these things, and another one is Vedic the forms like the Ashtadikpalakas, Indra, Yama, Varuna, Agni, Vayu, Kubera, and Ishana. So these forms, and even Surya, Chandra, these are all Vedic forms. So these are epics and Vedic forms coming to gods and goddesses. And the next part comes on Yakshas, Kinnaras, Kimpurushas. These forms also made. Even the Apsaras. And the interesting thing is, like, these all been carved in wood also. This form, like the combination of two animals, like Gohasti, or the four monkeys, like one of the creating illusion in the artwork. Those kind of paintings also we found. And at the same time we have social life artworks, like in Honavar region and all. I found the local lady and fisherman. They may be popular at that time. They have made their the images, and even the people in a British costume, because the West influence were there, and maybe there is a reason behind it, saying that temples always have these guards, the standing at the outside, because the money and other things been
jewelry and everything being there.
Under the temple, this thing, because the rice and whatever they have harvested, it goes there, and the village ruling person, he will handle those things. So maybe that is the reason they use this. And even in the attacks or in some questioning, if they make this point, there's these costumes and other things, maybe they will give some concession. So because of that, the styles are like it's used everything in it. The costumes, the headgears, and even the food, the chappals, the boots, and even the belts and all. Even that Portuguese people wears that this thing, the coats and all. It's very interesting thing. The one art uses the other the culture into it, and it combines. That is one thing. And then the rich people, they have made rich people, and all the animals been painted. Sirsi Marikamba temple.
Tell me.
Sirsi Marikamba temple is the best example for everything. So it has Ramayana epic, it has Mahabharata epic, it has Dikpalakas.
All in
In
Kavikala.
Kavikala, all in the whole temple, not a single inch they left blank. They just worked with the Kavi. But the problem now is from an artist. I don't know. A lot of people mentioned it also. After 90s, somebody thought that we will just paint on it. Then they started using enamel paint. That is a bigger threat on this, that we cannot go back to the original Kavi art,
Mm.
because Kavi art doesn't need anything on top of it. So
Okay.
because of the temple authorities, the need, they just wanted to paint it, and they
They wanted to
used
preserve
these
it for more.
materials.
That's why they painted it enamel, and it
Exactly,
lost.
exactly, because enamel paint doesn't has the life like Kavi art. Yeah.
Mm. What is that one specific thing you would say which makes it unique? For example, this is one of the important folk art of India.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, when you compare to Warli, when you compare to Madhubani, when you compare to other forms of art, now what was that unique thing? You mentioned one thing, saying that this does not have a specific style of its own.
Yeah.
Like, now, apart from this, is there any other thing which can you can differentiate from other types of folk?
Yeah, I can list more than 15 uniqueness in this art,
Oh,
because
okay.
this art form is unique from everything, because all the regions used it.
Okay.
A lot of the sites been demolished now. Like some of the masjids had it, some of the
Mm.
churches in Goa has it, houses have it, and the commercial complexes have it, temples have it, and even I found interestingly, one of the Jain Basdi, not only one, two, three Jain Basdis have it. So because all the religions supported this art form, because it's not coming under any religion, we cannot say it's one of the Hindu the form, because earlier everyone, religion is not a thing that mainly we have to deal with. Everyone living together. That's why this art form is very unique, because every religion supported this art form, and
So
they made it
it's
on
more
their
sort of a
walls.
social expression.
Sorry.
It is more sort of a social and cultural expression.
Exactly. That is very unique, no, in that case. So that's why I feel it's very unique. That is a main thing. Because there is I want another, I point out another thing also. Earlier, before I said this art form came from West, because in the Baroque period there is a style developed called graffito. So this graffito style is basically same as Kavi art, but process is little different. Like they also etch on the walls, and still they are conservating in their houses, and the buildings of Portugal, Engadine, Cerlinusli, and all in the west. So
Hmm.
these places have this art form. They use the black color, mainly black color, and even red also they use, and in certain cases they used blue also. But this process is different from the Kavi art process. And interestingly, when we talk about the process, the Goan Kavi artist given a special dimension to Kavi art, because earlier I said it is mainly applied, lime plaster applied first, then on top of it you apply red mud, and then you etch. But Goan Kavi artists, what they did, you will feel that after etching, no, you will feel that ups and downs, no. So
Hmm.
you can feel that there is a difference between the upper Kavi layer and the lower level of the lime plaster. Then what they have done is they again applied the lime plaster in the they filled the gaps.
The
So
gaps.
the surface is becomes same. So that is very intricate, that Goan artisans have done in the walls of Goa. Yeah,
Now, in this Konkan part of India, or you can see,
yeah,
there are other art forms also. Like, for example, if you see, there is performing art like Yakshagana. There is,
yeah,
there is you can see Talamadla, or you can see that, there was this Gombe art,
yeah,
like
yeah,
on the
yeah,
puppet, this thing.
yeah.
There are many other folk art. Now, have you seen any influence of these folk art or other different types of arts in Kavikale? They are
Yeah,
influenced of
as
their.
I said earlier, it used each and everything. That means including Yakshagana form also been made in Kavi art. Like in Honnavar region and Kumta region is famous for Badagutittu Yakshagana. Even I am a Yakshagana performer. To understand the Kavi art, my father was a guru. Father is a guru. Still he is teaching Yakshagana. So then I found very interestingly when I studied these compositions, I found a lot of these Kavi, the compositions, figurative, the figures, what the jewelries and the other materials been used, that is more relate to the Yakshagana
But was it seen
designs.
from the ancient time, 600-700 years? Because see,
I
one
don't
more,
think so. I don't think so. Even
one.
Yakshagana is not that much old. So because because a lot of the discussions are happening about the Yakshagana, the the puri the Yakshagana को थोड़ा सा अच्छा बनाने के लिए ओवर पीरियड ऑफ द टाइम, क्योंकि 50 साल पहले जो भी यक्षगाना में जो फॉर्म था वो completely different था, like very kind of a folk thing we can see. अभी जो यक्षगाना का जो थिएटर जो बड़ा हो चुका है वो completely different, क्योंकि हमारे पास बहुत सारा चीज है, जैसे कि लाइट्स है, माइक्स है, और कॉस्ट्यूम में भी बहुत सारा सुधारण आया है, बहुत सारा मटेरियल्स आया है, स्टोन्स मिलता है, और जो द गोल्ड इफेक्ट जो है, और क्लॉथ्स में बहुत सारा इंटरेस्टिंग मटेरियल्स मिलता है, कलरफुल मटेरियल मिलता है, तो बहुत सारा चेंजेस ऑब्वियसली होता रहता है. सो इसी के कारण से मुझे ये नहीं लगता, क्योंकि ये 150 और 200 इयर्स ओल्ड का जो भी आर्ट जो बनाया हुआ है होन्नावर में या कुमटा रीजन में, वहां पे क्योंकि यक्षगाना एक फॉर्म है, वो ओवरनाइट होता रहता है, वहां पे गॉड्स को ऐसे देखते हैं इस कॉस्ट्यूम में. It may be influence the artist, and he created these designs and in the jewelries and other forms, because one thing is sure, these artisans felt that the god is not a normal person. God is not like us, like the Western theory. This is the Indian theory, even we
It's
won't
supernatural.
feel yeah, he is something beyond, he is like the bigger guy. So that definitely the changes what he wanted to make, he will definitely make on his the paintings.
See, the reason why I asked you is,
Yeah.
see, now these folk arts is done by the people who are the indigenous people of that places. For example,
Exactly.
you take any Warli art, you take Madhubani art, or you take any art, this
Yeah.
is done by those innocent people. This is done by those rural people who very honestly and innocently draw those lines.
Yeah.
Now, what has happened from last 25-30 years, I see a lot of students who have studied art college students or artists, who have a very definite pattern of drawing. They have taken those forms of Madhubani or Warli or whatever it is, and systematically drawing it. Now, those art are not of those systematic drawings. It's all about innocent and honest drawings.
Exactly.
The lines
Exactly.
maybe it's like how child draws, like it may be there is. Now these guys use this scale and try to make it. For example, Warli art is something which you draw it very definitely with scale or something and all. It does not. It looks.
It won't come.
Yeah. And the contemporary life, the contemporary art of it being into fit. For example, I saw one painting of Warli art. It's like the Mumbai railway station. Now, Warli art never did any railway station.
Yeah.
They never, that art never did any busy streets of Mumbai. But for some reason, it's going as Warli art. I have no idea. Now that
the reason, because the artisans from Worli, so Worli station is there. They used to go to this station, and they are in now busy life. They have seen the street, like it's a change in Worli art, Then even the Madhubani artists, they also started, because they are all traveling now, and their experiences coming into their painting now. Instead of their agriculture things,
No, but I mean to say that the people who traditionally do it, their
Yeah.
style of art, and art college students doing, or the contempt
Yeah,
art,
yeah.
the city
That
artists
is very
doing it.
different. Yeah.
It's very different.
They,
Yeah. So
even they, if,
have you found similar things in Kavi Kale also? Like people, the masons who traditionally do it, the authentic ones doing it, and today now a lot of city people who have no clue of anything, but they have simply liked that form and color, and they're trying to do it. Have you found that?
uh, see, in my opinion, Kavi art is a art form. It is done on the walls in etched process.
Mm.
You can take it in any other level, like you can do the workshops on canvas, you can do it on paper. We can just say Kavi painting. It's not becomes Kavi art. That's why I made specifically, I call this art form, the whatever done on the walls, as Kavi Bhitti Chitra. So Bhitti Chitra is a word that defines different from the Kavi Kala. Because we started calling it Kavi Kala becomes everything. So instead of saying that, why can't we call it as Kavi Bhitti Chitra? Bhitti Chitra is a type of mural. So wall mural.
Okay.
It is specially done on the walls. So then that's why even in my research, I made that classified that term called Kavi Bhitti Chitra. So even we call what we say, we will say Ajanta Bhitti Chitra. हम अजंता का जो म्यूरल्स है, क्योंकि इसमें प्रेस्को का जो मेथोडोलॉजी जो है वो बनता है, तो इसके कारण से हम उसको अजंता भित्ति चित्र बोलते हैं। जैसे कि काव्य कला में भी एक प्रोसेस है जो प्लास्टर मेकिंग का, इसके कारण से मैं भी इसे काव्य भित्ति चित्र बोलना पसंद करूंगा, और वैसे भी मैं सब किसी को बताता हूं तो ऐसे ही बता देता हूं, क्योंकि काव्य कला बोलते हैं तो ये सेपरेशन हमें इधर उधर करना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है।
करेक्ट।
मगर ये लोग जो भी कर रहे हैं, एक तरह से इट्स नॉट काव्य आर्ट, बट अनदर वे when this art form is now extinct, like it is almost not almost, it's already died. Not much artists are there in this, like only we can count in the fingers.
I wanted to ask this. This was my next question. Like, how many people are there now doing it? Please.
No, the traditional Kavi art workers are not there. Only by अभी क्या चल रहा है, जो इंडिजिनस आर्ट के ऊपर बहुत सारा आर्किटेक्ट्स लोग और बहुत सारे the engineers, they wanted to make it in their construction. वो लोग किसी से पूछ रहे हैं और कुछ कर रहे हैं, और कुछ एक्सपेरिमेंट्स के तरीके से बहुत सारे लोग उसके ऊपर काम कर रहे हैं. इसीलिए I made a research center in my place, what I am doing since 15 years, because how I loved Kavi art, goes back to my high school days. I visited this Kundapur Venkatramana temple. I have seen Kavi art there, and very simple, no, just white and red, only two colors. How can it possible? Because we in high schools, lot of colors has to be there in the painting. In an artwork, if you use only two colors, it's very beautiful, no, and the designs and patterns looks very nice. So then I thought I'll make this and all. Then I went to art college, and then started making and all, and still we are doing it in the temples and houses. And the clarification is about the Kavi art is whatever you do on the walls in etched process, that is you can call as a Kavi mural. Not this all you can call as Kavi paintings.
Nowadays, I think so. The entire, North Karnataka, I mean to say the coastal Karnataka, I think from somewhere, if you start from Sirsi, or if you can start from, Ankola, I think from there, if you twist it till Kasargod, you can come down, I think, in this entire belt, and a little bit of Malnad here, you can see this Kavi Kale.
Yeah. In Kasargod, I found in only one place. Mangalore, I found several places been lost. Now only existing place is one Gokarna Mata. There are few artworks were there. And then the Udupi district only we can see in the Kundapur region and in Kolluru. And most of the houses been demolished later period, because the one of the main patron the people supported Kavi art is Konkani community. So in their houses we can see a lot, like in Honavar, like they are the the marketing community people. So they
Yeah.
they came from Goa, like for the political reasons they have to travel from there, no? So then they moved here, and they started building the houses or their temples. They implemented the same thing in their temples here. So that is the reason caveat still we can see. But we have made the highway in 1960 to 1970. In that time, the highway, the connectivity of the land become very easy. And instead of the lime plaster, cement is the easiest and the best material in the market. They started using cement in the market, and all the masons, all the artisans, whoever making this art form, they have to shift to cement medium, and they don't know how to do kavi art in cement. But I have found in Venkatapur and in some regions, interestingly, they used cement to make a kavi art. But they use different this, because lime is a material, it's a living material. Every year in monsoon season, it will it will be wet. In the summer season, it will get hard, it will be synced, it will be like it's a living material. But cement is not like that. Once you make it dry, if you cure it, it will
That's it.
finished. It's a
It's
dead
dead.
body.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why, because of that, even when we say indigenous art, the indigenous art uses the natural materials. We should do something on this. And even my research is not about taking a PhD or taking this thing. So that's why we have I am regularly working with the students, creating awareness, and regularly doing workshops and all to the architecture students, and as well as high school students, working with the intact. And as much as possible, to give awareness on kavi art and kavi murals, to at least for the next generation. Some people are interested, and they can really they are interested, and they can learn this process, and they can put into their walls, and this art form can survive for a longer period. So that is what our intention.
Excellent. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Excellent. You have been
Yeah.
doing a great job in this lines. I see many of your posts on Facebook.
Yeah.
The workshop that you conducted in Mangalore airport, I think,
Yeah. Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
But my only one worry is that in the name of contemporary, in the name of creativity, there are a lot of things. There's a lot of then artists tend to change the attitude or the taste of that, or the menu of that particular art. So my only worry is that maybe that should not happen. It's like the authenticity of that forms, should be
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. This is one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how is that? How did you develop interest in doing this? Why did you do a PhD in this, and maybe you research in this? Like, there were many other subjects also, I think so. But how is that you got inclined, or what made you fascinate this?
Yeah, actually, my journey to art college, in one manner, it started from kavi art only. Then in I think it's in 96 or around 96 or 97, I visited Kundapur, as I said earlier. Then after making a 12th, I don't know what to do. Like rest of the people, I could have been gone to do the BCom, or because I have taken commerce in 11th and 12th. So then my one of my chikkappa, one of my chacha, he's working in Mangalore. He told me that, see, why you choose this field? Instead of this, you are good in art, you are making art, because free time we used to do a lot of sketching and drawing and all in our high school. So why don't you go for that? Because it's a good field, and you can become a drawing teacher tomorrow, and you can do commercial works and all. So that actually I thought, oh yeah, let's take a chance and let's go for it. Then I studied in Chitrakala Mandir. for 5 years under Hampi University. Then after doing that, I have to, like, because of the university problems, I have to, even I applied for Shantiniketan also for my master's PG course. I didn't get. Then I came back and I did my master's in Gadag. So at that time, even in college time and in master's time, we used to do commission works of Kavi. Kavi art, maybe not in original process, because at that time we are able to meet Vijayanath Shinai, one of the great person of this region, who the founder of the Heritage Village Museum. So he actually has this vision of the saving this art and heritage. So we have a chance to meet him for this project. We used to go there under Purushottam Adve, senior artist from Udupi, and all. Like, it's our chance to go there and work with them, helping them with this. And that time in some of the houses they were making Kavi art, so we worked with them for some days. And then that is also helped me. And even my teacher, Vishweshwar Parkada, he used to do a lot of commission-based project with the Kavi art. Then I thought, oh, this is a good art, we developed the interest in it.
Lot of temples in Udupi region have that now.
Exactly. Then under Purushottam Adve, we first started in Shirur temple, Shirur Mutt in Udupi. So then now most of the Car Street area now has the Kavi art glimpse, because when we see this art, automatically it gives that the traditional structures.
Correct.
It lifts the whole idea.
Correct.
So then, after doing my master's, I was doing these commercial projects for temples, houses, and all. That time we used to do a lot of. We are just using the acrylic-based colors, like replicate of Kavi pattern designs and compositions, Dwarpalakas, either different compositions, epic stories, and all. We used to paint on the walls. Then what I found is one of my relative is a great literature person of Tudu, Katyayani Kunjibettu, Dr. Katyayani Kunjibettu. She told me, you doing a lot of the travelings for Kavi art and proper this thing. Why can't you join Manipal University? You can study as a PhD, so why can't you do? And I thought, because I don't have any research methodology kind of thing. I just know whatever I have practiced, I'm just doing
it. That's it.
Yeah. Informally, because I don't know the research methodology. Then I thought, oh, actually, it's a good idea. Then I had a chance to meet Haranjay Krishna Bhatt and Dr. Ashok Alva. Dr. Ashok Alva is my guide who guided me in this research. In RRC, Regional Resource Center for Folk and Performing Arts, that works under Mahe University in MGM College, Udupi. So there I went, and it's not an easy deal. I waited for a year actually. I went there 2013. Then I regularly visited in 14 and in the 14, and then my sir said, okay, at least you have the interest. We have done a lot of work. Let's see. Just make a synopsis and let's see what happens. And then in 2015, I got a chance to do it. And even a lot of people said, what you do in Kavi art? Because it's already there. And even another person in 2005, I think, one person from Hampi University, Dr. Anand Pujar, he did his DLit in Kavi art. He also traveled a lot of places and documented. But what I found is he haven't mentioned about a lot of places in Goa. He just focused only in Karnataka sites. And before that, in 2002 or 2003, one more, the best research was made in Kavi art was one person from Badami. Sorry, I am not getting his name. He also guided me in this regard. So he wrote a separate chapter in his research saying very special Kavi art. That is also because he wrote a research on the murals of Karnataka, like the northern part of Karnataka murals. So that is Yadappa Paradeshi, Dr. Yadappa Paradeshi. This is one of the best research made in Hampi University. So those are the researches. When I read it, then I thought, oh, there are a lot of gaps in these researches. Then I started, the proper methodology. I followed a proper methodology, and still, what I feel, I have finished my PhD in 2021. Took 6 years, but the university time is 3 years. I have not taken any PhD grants for this. I have done it by my own. I'm very happy for that, because it's my passion to do it, and I have succeeded in some way. And even I feel that is not a complete research. Still, I'm doing the post research on it. And even as an artist, it is not just writing something about it or documenting these forms. That is not my concern. Even I started experimenting with it, with the medium, with the technique and all, and still doing it. And these are the blocks for the next show I am preparing. So these are the things, like when we start working with the research methodology, and we will find something. And even as you said, I may not agree about that point, saying that contemporary field is killing this art form. Why don't we think that it's a floating water? We will use this technique and things, and we will do something, something great out of it, like in our perception, because at least the methodology and the indigenous technique can be saved. So yeah, that is the thing.
Makes sense. Yeah. Good idea. But I really found this what do you say, this brief conversation interesting, because definitely there are many aspects of Indian art which still have to reach to the society. People have to know.
Exactly.
A lot of research has to be done. A lot of research is done already, but has to be done still there and all. And many more such forms should be presented to the society. So it was nice talking to you, Dr. Havanje, for this about Kavi Kale. I know it in this brief interview. Maybe we can capture only this, but definitely we will invite you again for an in-length conversation, or for a more better presentation, so that people see and understand this concept.
Sure, sir.
Another level, to another depth, like.
Yeah. Sure, sir.
Yeah, friends. I believe that you enjoyed this interview, this discussion with Dr. Janardhan Havanje, who's been doing research on this Kavi art. Kavi art is really very interesting, and in the mural form, in the way how forms and colors are used. So do like, share, comment, and subscribe RTV for this, and let us know what you think about this. Thank you, Janardhan Havanje, for being with us.
And namaskar.
It was a great pleasure. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you.